So I picked up a Switch 2 the other day, and it was absolute dumb luck. My friend had an extra Amazon link and asked if I wanted a Switch, so I got a Switch 2. As far as form factor, this is flat, but it's not as bad as I thought it would be in terms of ergonomics. Obviously, it's going to be very similar to Switch 1 in terms of ergonomics. The grip on the back, you don't really have it, but it's such a large device, it doesn't feel really bad when you hold it. Of course, the beauty of the Switch is that you're able to do this. And now the controllers are in my hands, and the Switch is on. And here's the Mario Kart world. Here's my absolute favorite character, Monty Mole. He's the cutest thing I've ever seen in my life. Amazing game. I live in Canada. It was $125, so I'm not very happy about that. But great game. An additional thing about the screen is that it does have this nifty little stand behind it, which is super nice, and it's actually pretty durable. And so when I'm not recording a video, I can have it facing me and play this way. And it's really, really nice. It's really comfortable. I also play it in bed this way with the screen on my stomach and the controllers to the side. But as this race is starting, one of the things I have noticed is that I have a lot of backwards compatible games, and, oh, I missed the 2. It's alright. I have a lot of backwards compatible games, and I haven't encountered any issues. I'm not sure. I know there's a list of games that will work, games that might not work, but I haven't encountered any issues. But we'll run through a couple of the games in my backlog that I still have to play for Switch, and some of the other games that I wasn't really expecting support on, but they work anyway. As a closing note, I was kind of confused as to why people were calling Mario Kart a system seller, and then I picked up a controller, and I realized, oh my god, this is one of the most fun things I've ever done. It's a beautiful game. It runs at 120 Hz, I believe, when it's in handheld mode. I could be wrong about that, but it's really smooth, whatever it is. And I know there was a lot of concern that the screen was not OLED, it's an LCD panel, how's it going to look? Obviously, they're going to make an OLED panel just to make more money. All those concerns came into play. That being said, this is a very serviceable panel. This is coming from somebody who has many OLED devices. This is okay. This is fine. I think maybe as I've gotten a little more into handhelds, an LCD display doesn't really bother me. For example, the Asus ROG Ally looks totally fine to me. That's an LCD display, it's 120 Hz, it's a very good panel. This is a solid panel. There's nothing really wrong with it. So if you did have any concerns about that, I would suggest trying to look at it in person, seeing if it is something that bothers you, and if it is, definitely don't buy the game or the system. But if it is something that you feel like you can live with, I feel like it's absolutely worth it to get the Switch 2, if you can find it. Look at him do his little dance when he wins. So trying out a different game, this is Breath of the Wild, the Switch 2 edition. I had the original Breath of the Wild game card for the Switch 1, or I had a Switch Lite, the Pokemon edition. As soon as I put it in here, it just updated the game, and I didn't have to pay, which was shocking to me. I would have figured that Nintendo would have charged me the $15, but it was just an automatic upgrade, which is really nice, and it runs at 60, which is surprising. It's really fluid. It's a really good overall looking game. I've also docked it before, and this game looks really good. So I would highly recommend playing it this way. It's just something about this experience of having the Joy-Cons in your hand, you're just holding it casually, and you're just controlling a thing on a little screen. It's really satisfying. If you've ever had a Legion Go, this is that experience. I've had one before. It's a really fun experience. This is that next level. So definitely one of my favorite games of all time. This is Dark Souls 1 Remastered for the Switch. Played so much of this on the Switch Lite. Now having it on this, in this form factor, obviously the Switch Lite, the Joy-Cons are attached to the console. In this case, I could just take them off. I played this a lot in bed. I got through Koilag. If you've played the game before, you know that's one of the beginning bosses. Really great way to play the game. It does run at 30 FPS, and there isn't a Switch 2 variant for this, but runs at 30. It's the Switch 1 variant. It's pretty smooth. If you can deal with 30 FPS, it's a very smooth game. And I think in this game, 30 FPS is fine. And of course, of all places to be, I'm in Blighttown right now. But like I say, great game, great experience on Switch 2 in this form factor. I think you really like it. I think if you were looking to get gaming experiences that were not Nintendo focused and having this ability to detach controllers, you should really be looking at like a Legion Go. I know the Legion Go 2 is coming out. Legion Go S, I don't believe you can remove the controllers, but with this, it's really cool. I used it a lot on the Legion Go. I'm going to be using it a lot on the Switch, and it's really nice. Of course, one of the big things that Nintendo was touting was that now they're bringing Nintendo GameCube to the Switch library, which is really, really nice. As far as I understand it, these games are streamed, so they're not being played natively. You can't download them onto your device, but it does give you a lot of different emulator touches that we might all be used to. For example, there's a suspend menu where you can create a suspend point, which is just a save state, and you can load suspend points, which are again save states. You can't use cheats, which is a bit of a shame, but I can understand why Nintendo wouldn't put that in their own system. And of course, it's the GameCube version of Soul Calibur 2, so we get to play as Link. There you go. Is that the best move in the game? Just run in with a heavy? Seems like it. It's working. Oh my god, it's no longer working. Oh! Oh! Stop. No! Okay, I got K'd. But it's okay, we almost had him. One thing I noticed that not enough people talk about when it comes to this, which is a really, really nice touch, is the fact that there's two charge ports. One at the bottom, and one up here on the top. That's really nice for if you're going to set it up. Kind of like this with the stand. And now you are able to plug it in and charge it, which is super, super nice. You don't have to stop playing just to charge it, just so you can take it out and then put it back on a stand. So this is a really nice touch. I love it when devices do this. And I don't have an ASMR microphone. I have one of the worst microphones of all time. It's just my phone mic. But this is going to sound nice. Oh yeah. I love the way that it sounds, and it feels really solid. Love that. But like I say, great device. I think if you can find one and you can afford it, I think it's worth the money. The only things that you have to kind of keep in mind is that Nintendo games are getting really expensive. Like I said at the beginning of the video, Mario Kart World was, I'm in Canada, so Mario Kart World was $125 for me. I did not get the bundle, so that was the price. You will have to pay something similar in other markets, similar in America. But aside from that, I love this thing. It's already gotten a lot of game time from me. So if you enjoyed the video and want to share your experience with me, feel free to leave a comment, a like, feel free to subscribe, and if you didn't enjoy it, dislike the video. But until next time, have a good one.